Sorry for the delay. Today, we are now going to start our Streets and Services hearing. We do have a quorum. To my left, Council Member Greenlee. To my right, Council Member Bath and Jones. Mr. McMonagle, can you please read the title of the first bill? Before the record, we are holding bill number 190849 and 190136. I'm sorry, 180136, and because of the sponsors. And Mr. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190743, an ordinance establishing parking regulations in the vicinity of South 15th Street and South Morris Street, 2 Mifflin Street, South 16th Street and Moore Street, 16th Street and Rittner Street, Bancroft Street and McKean Street, Ellsworth Street and South 23rd Street, Watkins Street and South 18th Street, and also Bill number 190745, an ordinance establishing parking regulations in the vicinity of South 17th Street and Cayuga Avenue, 17th Street and McKean Street, Carlisle Street and Moore Street, McKean Street and South 15th Street, South 24th Street and Snyder Avenue, Hicks Street from Rittner Street to Jackson Street.
Thank you, Dion. Please state your name for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Good day, Council. My name is Dion Bracely, Deputy Manager for the Philadelphia Parking Authority. Thank you for allowing me to testify before Council regarding ordinances 190743 and 190745 establishing parking regulations. The Philadelphia Parking Authority has no objection to the ordinances previously read before Council and recommends favorable consideration. Thank you again for your time, and I will be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Thank you for your testimony. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there anyone else here to testify on bill number 190743 and 190745 as amended? Seeing none, thank you so much. I also, for the record, want to say that bill number 190644 is up with no testimony received from the PPA. Sean, you want to read the title of bill number 190644?
Bill number 190644, an ordinance amending Chapter 12-2700 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Permit Parking Districts by changing certain boundaries and establishing new permit parking districts, all under certain terms and conditions.
Thank you. Mr. McDonald, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190826, an ordinance amending Section 9-205 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Sidewalk Sales by prohibiting vending on Market Street between 33rd and 34th Streets, all under certain terms and conditions.
Thank you. Just state your name for your record and proceed with your testimony.
My name is Maureen Blaney. Good afternoon, Chairman Squeal and members of the Committee on Streets and Services. My name is Maureen Blaney. I'm the Vending Operations Supervisor for the Department of License and Inspections. Today I'm here to provide testimony on Bill number 190826, which, if enacted, will amend Section 9205 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Sidewalk Sales. The bill would prohibit vending on both sides of Market Street between 33rd Street and 34th Street. The Department has no objection to this bill and is prepared to enforce its provisions should it become law. Thank you for the opportunity to provide the Department's testimony.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on bill number 190826? Seeing none, thank you so much for your testimony. Mr. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190852, an ordinance establishing a no truck parking regulation on both sides of Sheffield Avenue from Walker Street to Cottage Street.
Thank you, Nick. Just state your name for the record and then proceed with your testimony.
Good afternoon, Chair Squeal and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Nick Sincerik, District Traffic Engineer for the Department of Streets. I'm here to offer testimony on bill number 190852. The Department of Streets has no objections to this bill. We can have the signs for this regulation posted within 30 days of the enactment of this bill. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. I would be happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions? Seeing none, anybody else here to testify on bill number 190852? Seeing none, thank you, Nick. Mr. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190557, an ordinance authorizing the paving of Sigma Way from Erdrich Street to Tackawanna Street and Tackawanna Street from Van Kirk Street to Sigma Way, all under certain terms and conditions.
Hey, Frank, just state your name for the record and then proceed with your testimony.
Good afternoon, Chairperson Squale and members of the committee. My name is Frank Morelli, Survey Bureau Manager for the Department of Streets, and the Department of Streets would like to offer the following testimony on Bill number 190557. This is not an administration ordinance, but an ordinance requested by Mr. Nathaniel Levi of Stantec Construction Corporation. The purpose of this proposed ordinance is to authorize the paving of Sigma Way from Erdrich Street to Tackawanna Street and Tackawanna Street from Van Kirk Street to Sigma Way. This action is part of a proposed residential development consisting of 32 new row home units. This ordinance is supported by the Department of Streets and is recommended to your committee for favorable action. I thank you for the opportunity to testify before you today and would be pleased to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, anyone else here to testify on Bill number 190557? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony. Mr. McMonigle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190645, an ordinance authorizing James Herman, doing business as KFN Holdings, LLC, to construct, own, and maintain a proposed exterior stairway at 1248-50 North Front Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19122, all under certain terms and conditions.
Please state your name for the record and then proceed with your testimony.
Good morning, Chairman Squilla and members of the Streets and Services Committee. My name is Christopher Renfro, an engineering supervisor with the Department of Streets, here to offer testimony on Bill number 190645. This bill authorizes James Herman, doing business as KFN Holdings, LLC, to construct, own, and maintain a proposed, exterior stairway at 1248-50 North Front Street in Philadelphia, PA 19122, all under certain terms and conditions. The Department of Streets is opposed to this proposed exterior stairway encroachment, as it was never demonstrated to us by the owner that the installation of this exterior stairway was the only feasible method to meet all code requirements for the building use, and that the exterior stairway could not be constructed interior to the building. Furthermore, approval of this encroachment sets a precedent for other similar encroachments, all of which negatively impact the city's ability to properly manage its right-of-way. Thank you for your time. This concludes my testimony, and I'd be pleased to answer any questions you may have.
Good afternoon, Chair Squilla and members of the Committee on Streets and Services. I'm Sarah Chu, City Planner with the Philadelphia City Planning Commission. I'm here to testify on Bill number 190645, which was introduced by Councilmember Greenlee on behalf of Council President on September 12, 2019. Bill number 190645 will allow an exterior staircase be constructed on the sidewalk of Thompson Street. The staircase will encroach approximately 5 feet on the sidewalk along the building line, leaving approximately 6 feet for pedestrians. The Planning Commission has concerns about this encroachment because it is not appropriate to take the public sidewalk space for this use. The staircase should be constructed within the property's rear yard. At its meeting on October 15, 2019, the Planning Commission recommended not for approval for Bill number 190645. I'll be happy to answer questions you may have at this time.
Thank you for your testimony. Any questions? Seeing none, anybody else here to testify on Bill number 190645? Thank you, Mr. McMonigle. Please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190851, an ordinance authorizing Stephen Cook to install, own, and maintain an open-air sidewalk cafe at 1301-05 North Howard Street, Philadelphia, PA 19122, all under certain terms and conditions.
Good morning, Chairman Squilla and members of the Streets and Services Committee. My name is Christopher Renfro, an engineering supervisor with the Department of Streets, here to offer testimony on Bill number 190851. This bill authorizes the owner to install, own, and maintain an open-air sidewalk cafe at the property, all under certain terms and conditions. The Department of Streets is not opposed to this proposed sidewalk cafe encroachment, as the 5 foot of clear passable sidewalk space on both North Howard and West Thompson Street to remain after its installation meets the complete street's minimum walking zone width. Thank you for your time. This concludes my testimony, and I'm pleased to answer any questions you may have.
Good afternoon, Chairman Squilla and members of Streets and Services Committee. I'm Sarah Chu, City Planner with the Philadelphia City Planning Commission. I'm here to testify on Bill number 190851, which was introduced by Councilmember Greenlee on behalf of City Council President Clark on October 31st, 2019. Bill number 190851 will authorize an open-air sidewalk cafe at 1301-05 North Howard Street. The sidewalk cafe will encroach 4 feet 6 inches on the sidewalk of West Thompson Street and North Howard Street along the building lines. It will leave approximately 7 feet clear and unobstructed pedestrian walkway on both streets. This encroachment meets the complete street policy requirements. The Planning Commission is scheduled to consider this bill at its meeting on November 19th with a staff recommendation for approval. I'll be happy to answer questions you may have.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, anybody else here to testify on bill number 190851? Seeing none, thank you so much for your testimony. Mr. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190858, an ordinance regulating the direction of movement of traffic on certain portions of Ruth Street, all under certain terms and conditions.
Thank you, Nick. Just state your name again for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Good afternoon, Chair Squilla and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Nick Sinsurik, District Traffic Engineer for the Department of Streets. I'm here today to offer testimony on bill number 190858. The Department of Streets has no objections to this bill. The regulation was established on a trial basis beginning on September 20th, 2019. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, anybody else here to testify on bill number 190858? Seeing none, Ms. McMonagle, please read the title of the next bill.
Bill number 190867, an ordinance regulating the direction of movement of traffic on certain portions of Elkhart Street, all under certain terms and conditions.
Good afternoon, Chair Squilla and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Nick Sinsurik, District Traffic Engineer for the Department of Streets. I'm here today to offer testimony on bill number 190867. The Department of Streets has no objections to this bill. This regulation was established on a trial basis beginning on August 22nd, 2019. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. I would be happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, anybody else here to testify on bill number 190867? Seeing none, Mr. McGonigal, please read the title of the last bill.
Bill number 190868, an ordinance establishing parking regulations in the vicinity of Jasper Street and East Clearfield Street, all under certain terms and conditions.
Good afternoon, Chair Squilla and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Nick Sinsurik, District Traffic Engineer for the Department of Streets. I am here today to offer testimony in support of bill number 190868. This bill establishes a no stopping anytime regulation on the east side of Jasper Street from East Clearfield Street south to the terminus at Jasper Street. This change in regulations is part of the Francis E. Willard Elementary School Neighborhood Slow Zone program. This one-way regulation is part of a suite of traffic calming improvements planned for the Francis E. Willard Elementary School Neighborhood Slow Zone and will contribute to increased street safety throughout the project area. Implementing street safety improvements and traffic calming on neighborhood streets is consistent with Philadelphia 2035, Connect Philadelphia's Strategic Transportation Plan, and the city's commitment to Vision Zero. There is demonstrated support for this project from nearby residents and from administrators of Francis E. Willard Elementary School. First phase of this project including this no-stopping anytime regulation project is expected to be completed in late 2019. The Department of Streets fully supports passage of this bill. I'll be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Thank you, Nick. Any questions? Seeing none, anybody else here to testify on bill number 190868? Seeing none, thank you very much. That'll end our hearing of Streets and Services. We now go into a public meeting. Councilman Greenlee?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, I move the adoption of the amendment to Bill number 190745.
All right, it's been amended and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Bill number 190745 is amended.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that the following bills be reported out as committee with favorable recommendation and that the rules of council be suspended to allow for first reading on next session of council. Bill numbers 190644, 190743, 190745 as amended, 190826, 190852, 190557, 190645, 190851, 190858, 190867, and 190868.
All right, all bills read into the record is seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All bills read into the record have been approved with the suspension of the rules to be read in the next session of council. That will end our meeting. Thank you very much.